This is Andy Perrault for Boxing Social in association with Betfred, and I'm delighted to be joined by WBO World Bantamweight Champion Zolani Tete here in Birmingham. Zolani, how are you?
I'm good, my brother. Thank you very much. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Obviously, it's very good to hear you're doing well. A man who's been away from the sport through injury for a while, everybody's excited to see you return and you defend your world title against Casimero on Saturday. How have preparations gone?
The preparations went very well. We've been preparing for this fight for almost 3 months now. We needed to make sure that there are no injuries whatsoever. So coming to this fight, we are very fit, very sharp, ready, and we can't wait to get to the fight.
You just mentioned you wanted to make sure there was no injuries, no reoccurrences of past injuries. How has your shoulder healed up since the injury that ruled you out of the World Boxing Super Series?
No, the injury is healed up now. There's nothing, something, a little pain on it. No, there's nothing of like that. So the injury is there. I mean, it's not there, and the shoulder is 100%. We're just looking forward to the fight.
It talks about the fight, Casimero. How do you expect the fight to play out with yourselves? Casimero's well known over here mainly for his victory over Charlie Edwards a couple of years ago. What do you expect from him on Saturday night?
We all know Casimero is a good fighter. He's a former 2-time world champion. And of course, he can crack. But I think it's going to be a good fight come Saturday night, But on that night, I'll be victorious. Casimero will go back home with his interim title, and I'll remain with my world title.
Do you anticipate it will go the full distance, or do you think you might be able to get the stoppage?
When we prepare for full 12 rounds, and of course we're fighting a guy who's also predetermined about winning the fight. So we'll see what happens on the fight night.
Obviously, you've had your injury problems recently, looking to get back into the ring ahead of what will be a big 2020 for you, as far as I'm aware. Is there any pressure on you at all to make sure that you put out a statement on Saturday night with your performance?
I can never put pressure on myself, because I'll perform the way I want to perform, and definitely I'll have to win the fight in my own terms. Pressure is like, it's not for me. Pressure is like for someone else. But mine is just to step inside the ring and win.
Obviously, we mentioned the World Boxing Super Series that you unfortunately had to withdraw from for injury. How disheartening and how gutting was that for yourself that you couldn't compete for the rest of the tournament?
It was very hurting, just to pull out, especially pulling out a few days before the fight, a few days before the unification. So it was very hurting for myself, but I believe God closes one door to open another door. So definitely something good is still coming for myself.
The final in the end saw Inoue defeat Naoya Daniel, which was a brilliant fight for fans all around the world to watch. What was your thoughts on their fight?
That was a good fight, one of the best fights the world could ever see. The guys were throwing bombs to each other, and they wanted to cut their heads out. And I take my head off of them. They gave us a good fight, and I believe that fight should be rated as one of the best fights.
Now, I saw Bob Arum last week and I spoke to him about Inoue and mentioned your name. He said he'd love to make the fight between the pair of you next year in a unification fight. Realistically, do you think we will see yourself versus Inoue at some point next year?
Definitely, I'll have to make sure on this fight, because that fight I'm hoping it's going to happen early next year. Definitely, because once I win against Casimero, then we'll start talking about the Inoue fight.
How does the fight play out in your mind between yourself and Inoue?
I think I can win Inoue. I think I can control the fight in my own ways and in my own terms, and definitely win the fight.
And then moving forwards, how have you felt being in England, being in Birmingham? What have you been up to whilst you've been here?
I've been here since Saturday. It's quite a cool place, but it's very cold and always raining, so I can't walk much on the outside. But definitely I'll have to, maybe after the fight, just step outside and just enjoy Birmingham.
How much more different is it from South Africa?
At home now it's very hot. I wouldn't be even wearing this beanie with me. Maybe I would be wearing a vest or something, but it's totally different from here. So I believe I'll just enjoy being home when I'm home.
whilst I have you, and before I do let you go and enjoy the rest of your day, just get your thoughts on a couple of fights. This past weekend, Deontay Wilder defeated Ruiz-Ortiz. It sets up the rematch with Tyson Fury next year. What are your thoughts on their rematch?
I think that fight is going to be exciting as well. You know, Tyson Fury can box. Deontay Wilder can crack. So I think we're going to see a similar fight to what we've seen the last time. And hopefully, maybe Tyson Fury can be careful on the last round now.
And finally, next weekend, we see Ruiz-Joshua 2 in Saudi Arabia. Again, your thoughts on that one, Zolani?
I'm always rooting for Anthony Joshua, and I'm hoping that he retains his title. If he would see this, I would say to him, champ, go and get your titles. We're supporting you from South Africa, and we're looking forward to see you having your belts with you once again.
Zolani, before I let you go, final word to yourself. What would you like to say to everybody ahead of Saturday night?
Everyone must come forward, and on Saturday night, 30th November, come and watch Zolani Tete against Casimero. And there's a lot of good guys, good fighters here from Birmingham, others. Come and watch, don't miss this one.
Zolani, Tete, thank you for speaking to myself on Boxing Social. Best of luck for Saturday.
Thank you very much, my chair.